16th from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we would love to have you all join us. And just for your event today, Rahul, I opened up about 10 complimentary tickets.
I saw that. Those of you in the chat, I put up on YouTube. Yep, YouTube, Facebook, grab those tickets fast because listen, you learn a lot and you meet a whole wide range of people who are here to help, and they give a lot of free stuff. Trust me when I tell you. She puts together these events and like 30 people gives like free stuff. You come out with thousands of dollars in free stuff for yourself to elevate, move forward, change your mindset, and be someone different. Thank you, Dr. Pat. Right about this time, I want to call up the amazing Jeanette Bass Trigo to introduce our very next speaker to bring this powerhouse into a place where we need it to be right now.
Okay. How you all doing again today? This is such an amazing opportunity for us to share our gifts, our stories with other people so that we all can be inspired. My first question to you all is this. How many of you have quit a job in the corporate arena or wanted to quit a job in the corporate arena? All because of the challenges that goes on in the workplace. Put a 1 in the chat. Wherever you are, put a 1 in the comment section. Wherever you are, put a 1, put a 1, put a 1. My next question is, have you ever worked in the corporate arena and experienced all that bureaucracy and all that stuff and it just drove you crazy, and one day you just get up in the morning and you just say, you know what? I wish I could just blow that whole organization up. Have you ever felt that way? Well, I felt that way before. I felt that way during my 29-year career in law enforcement. I achieved lots of accolades in those 29 years, but I also faced challenges that left me. I was afraid. I felt inadequate. And there were many times, y'all, I was totally traumatized. But after about 8 years into my career, I decided to take the corporate exam, which was the first level of supervision. I took the test, I passed it, but when my name came up on the promotional list, I was arbitrarily passed over. But when I was studying for that test, I learned that employees had rights. And I also learned that there were rules in place that employees must follow if they wanted to file complaints. But what I did was not one of the rules. A door of opportunity opened and I went in. I was allowed to go before the Board of County Commissioners on national television to plead my case. I persevered through that challenge and I was promoted. About 4 years later, I decided, well, let me go ahead and take this sergeant's exam. That's another level up, second level of supervision, more money, more money. And I took the exam and I came out in the top 10 percentile. But when my name came up on the promotional list, y'all know what happened. Again, I was randomly passed over. Of course, I persevered through that challenge, and they had to promote me. See, my goal was to retire during my career. I wanted to retire as a corrections lieutenant. And I had one more test to take. But when it was time for me to study for the lieutenant's exam, it was always the fear of being passed over. So guess what? I didn't study. But as fate would have it be, 2 weeks before the exam for the lieutenant's test, 2 sergeants came up to my desk. I'm going in, y'all. Those 2 sergeants don't even like me. They didn't even like me. But they came up to my desk and they asked me, they said, Sergeant Rogers, are you going to take the lieutenant's test? I said, nope, I'm not taking it. I said, I didn't study for it, and I'm sick of them passing over me. And those 2 ladies said to me, they said, well, Rogers, we didn't study either. So let's just all take the test and see what happened. We don't have anything to lose. Well, I want you all to know that those 2 ladies were my ram in the bush. God sent them to me because that was the push I needed to get down there and take that test. But I still hadn't studied. So I said, okay, if y'all go, I'll go. And one thing about the military, when I was in the military, and one thing about God and all this, he taught me, all these things taught me how to face challenges head on. So I said, I'll go. We went down, we took the test, and about 3 weeks later, I went down to the administration office. And I walked into the administration office because I had to deal with something. And when I walked into the administration office, not even thinking about the test scores because I hadn't studied, one of the administrators walked up to me, ran up to me. She grabbed me by my hand. She walked me to the bulletin board and she said, Rogers, look at the bulletin board. You're number 5 out of 78 people. How does that happen, y'all? It happened because guess what? Had I allowed the traumatic situations that the department kept putting me in, had I allowed them to take control of my mind, guess what? I may have even quit, and I'm going in. I may have even done something detrimental to some of those supervisors or leaders, administrators that kept picking on me. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But as God would have it be, Napoleon Hill says it best in his book, Think and Grow Rich. He says that your desire must be so strong that nothing will stand in the way of you achieving your goal. And of course, when I passed the lieutenant's test, I don't even have to tell y'all what happened when my name came up on the list. But what I do want to ask y'all is this. Did they think that that was going to stop me by passing me over for those promotions? For years, I supervised male inmates, female inmates who had serious issues, such as burglary. They had charges like rape. They had charges like child molestation. And I mastered those people. I monitored them. And the department thought that they was going to cause me to quit or do something stupid because they was passing over me. Nope. That's where resilience comes in today. And again, I want you all to know that when we go through every challenge that we go through, every trial that we go through, we may not understand why we're going through it at the moment. But if we just hold on and hold out, keep our sanity, whatever we do, talk to God about it, pray about it, talk to yourself if you have to, that self-talk. But you got to believe in yourself. You have to believe in a power greater than you, because it's nothing that we cannot go through that will cause us to have to result to breaking down. We just have to reach out to the right resources. And we've heard some of that on this platform today. But I want you all to know that I retired in 2016, a corrections lieutenant from the Miami-Dade Department of Corrections. And I want you all to know that had I quit at the end of my story, I told you, y'all gonna know at the end of my story why I didn't quit and why I didn't lose my mind. Because at the end of the day, and at the end of those 29 years, guess what, y'all? The Department of Corrections, through the Florida retirement system, pays me a 6-figure salary with a 3% increase annually for the rest of my life. Quitting is never, ever an option. And losing our mind over this stuff we can't control definitely is not going to get us to the mark. But when we talk to God, when we believe in ourselves, we got to believe in ourselves. And when we believe in that power that's greater than us, and even other people that's around us, that's giving us their stories, they're telling us what's going on in their lives and what they've overcome, we're supposed to grab to that information, and we're supposed to know that we're not alone, and we're supposed to know that whatever God has done for them, he got some things waiting on me as well. God bless you all. I love you all. Today I position myself. I'm going in. When they said I couldn't, yeah, well, I did. I positioned myself as a public speaker, 2-time winning public speaker. Oh, I almost forgot that. Also a 3-time international best-selling author. I am a social media guru. Everybody knows me, knows I love social media. And I definitely am an event host and organizer. And I love you all. God bless you. And my last message to all of you is this. People fail not because of a lack of desire, but people fail because of a lack of commitment. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I'm Dr. Patricia Rogers, visibility strategist, and I am the CEO of Unity in Service, where people need people.
Dr. Pat, you are amazing, beyond amazing, all the time. You should see them in the backstage, Jasmine, Mickey raving up, and they're going crazy for you. Let me see, any one of you want to ask the amazing Dr. Patricia Rogers a question? Let's see, we have here, anyone raise your hands? Oh, there we go. I figured. Dr. Ambassador Dr. Monica Sanchez.
Hi, Dr. Monica.
Congratulations. It's only because I could identify with your story. So it's not so much a question, but a comment. I am a retired New York State correction officer. Sing Sing was my last post, and I experienced a lot of what you spoke about. And as a matter of fact, my chart sergeant told me at one point that if I didn't quit, that I should quit because he's going to take my job. I said, you didn't give it to me. You're not going to take this from me. I was a wall post officer, but I didn't take a bid because I was waiting on a post to get empty that everybody knew was going to be empty because I was qualified with all weapons. And so he would move me around, and he even put me to put bathhouse run, you know. And the lucky thing, a sergeant was there, and he interrupted, and he said, no, you don't go in a bathhouse run. You know what that is, right? And so he would, when I'm in the wall post, he would just come and do a search, send somebody over to my thing. But what I did was I document everything in my logbook. And when I couldn't take it no more, I also, another officer and myself, was up for that same wall post. And when the bid came in, I was a senior officer, and they gave it to the junior officer. So I went to the watch commander, and when everything came to par, you know, they cite him for harassment, and he was the most overtime officer in this district, New York district, because he lived on the job. And so I took him on. But what he didn't know is that because I logged everything in my logbook, I asked them, I said, if you really want to help me, then what you need to do is you need to take the entire facility logbook on all the shifts and compare my logbook to that. And when they did that, he didn't realize, they saw the difference that where I work, every 5 minutes, the supervisor was there. But the rest of the time, nobody visited, nobody was there, whatever. So he was cited for harassment and had to pay a $5,000, which was nothing. But guess what? It's a stigma in his record after 38 years or whatever. I still put it there. So I identify with what you're going through.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that feedback.
Okay, we can talk about the Jamal Bryant situation.
But I tell anybody,
this is Rodney to sociify. Okay, we got to talk about the Jamal Bryant situation with his wife and the dress he wore. All of that. That's my really deep, y'all. But we're going to react to other other influencers and what they thought about this. But we got to be honest, y'all. Optics do not expect the pastors and their wives. Because whether we like it or not, people watch before they listen. That haven't changed before they listen.
Thank you so much. I get that question so often, and I must say that my energy is, I guess that's my superpower. But I'm going to tell you where I get the energy from. I speak from the heart. And God, the stories are my stories. But you know what? When I start to tell my stories, then I let go and I let God come in. Because trust me, I never followed the script. You didn't know that, did you? He just takes over and does what he does. And that's where my energy comes from. And I call that the anointing of God. Because before I speak on anybody's platform, I must talk with God because I want him to intervene for me. And he normally comes in right midway my speech, and he flip everything around. But it's all good. Thank you. That was a good question.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Patricia Rogers. Thank you, Dr. Aninda. You guys are amazing so far, all these questions and everything. Right about now, I'm about to bring up the amazing Susie Finley one more time. I think